When your childhood crush becomes the love of your life, then that is the most Disney fairy tale story you could ever wish for. Queen Jetsun Pema of Bhutan is living her dreams, a wish that she had had when she was 7. But how did it become a reality? Married to the Dragon King of Bhutan, Jetsun Pema turned out to be the youngest living queen at the age of 21, and also related by blood to her husband, the king. But a certain dint in her bloodline makes her unfit to wear the crown, and not because she was related to the king. Something much deeper, that she would be referred to as the Kate Middleton of the Himalayas. What is this flaw that undermines her reign? Is the king of Bhutan concerned about this? Often regarded by the natives of Bhutan as the Jetsun, which means the dragon queen, Jetsun Pema didn't come from royalty. Although she hailed from one of the noblest families in Bhutan, that didn't stop the people from referring to her as a commoner. Born on June 4th, 1990, in the capital and largest city of Bhutan, Thimphu, Queen Jetsun's path was not yet known until she was 7. Queen Jetsun is the second child of Dondub Gyaltsen and Aum Sonop Chuki, having 2 sisters and 2 brothers, and her elder sister, the first child, married to the king's brother. Her father is a pilot, while her mother comes from the bloodline of one of the oldest noble families in Bhutan. Her maternal grandfather was the half-brother of 2 queen consorts to the second king of Bhutan, Jigme Wangchuk, making both Queen Jetsun and her husband, King Jigme Wangchuk, distant cousins. So although Jetsun is seen as a commoner and called the Kate Middleton of the Himalayas because of that, her royal family connections run deep. That was how she was able to meet Prince Charming when she was only 7 years old. In 1997, King Jigme Kesar Namgyal Wangchuk, then only prince, met his wife when she was just 7 years old. While only 17 himself, the young prince claimed to have proposed to little Jetsun. At a family picnic in Thimphu, the future queen, mesmerized by the prince, asked him to marry her. There, he kneeled on one knee and told her that when they both grow up, and they're both single and in love, he will marry her. But after that, their paths didn't cross for years. Jetsun Pema started her education at the Little Dragon School, then moved to the Sunshine School, and finally finished her lower secondary education at Chankangwa Lower Secondary School. Then she attended St. Joseph's Convent in India for a year, before moving back to her home country and beginning her middle secondary school at Lungten Zampa School before being transferred to the Lawrence School in India, where she studied history, English, geography, economics, and painting. In March 2008, Jetsun graduated from upper secondary school. Then she left for London for her university education. The Dragon Queen backed a degree in international relations with minors in psychology and art history from Regent's College. But during her stay in the United Kingdom, the Queen also loved playing basketball. Also, she was an avid visitor to the art museums in London and took an interest in Renaissance and modern art. Also, before Jetsun became engaged to her Prince Charming, she was already fluent in 3 languages. One being the official language of Bhutan, Jongka, as well as Hindi and English, as she studied in London and India. Everything was coming together for her to be the perfect queen for her people. Although the Dragon King also studied in the UK, it is certainly not where their love was ignited, since the king is 10 years older than his wife. But what we do know is that Queen Jetsun's dream was coming to pass faster than she could have imagined. It all came as a surprise to everyone when, on May the 20th, 2011, the 31-year-old bachelor king surprised everyone with an official announcement of his engagement and marriage during the opening of Parliament's 7th session. The news spread like wildfire throughout the mountainous terrain of Bhutan and its neighboring countries. Finally, their beloved king will marry and give them a queen. It made it known that his future wife was warm and kind in heart, and together with the wisdom that will come with experience and age, she will make a great servant to the kingdom. While many were shocked that their new queen was 21-year-old student, it didn't take long for them to be won over by her modern style, beauty, and grace. 5 months after making it official, it was time for the royal wedding. At last, Jetsun's childhood wish had become a reality. The 5th king of Bhutan, Jigme Kesar, married Jetsun Pema in a traditional Buddhist ceremony inside a 17th century fortified Buddhist monastery called the Palace of Great Happiness in the old capital of Punakha. The wedding ceremony took place. Only the royal astrologers could set the time for the wedding, and it was decided. Not even the king could question their verdict. By 8:20 a.m., the king began the procession, walking up the stairs of the monastery. He wore a gold robe and a royal yellow sash, along with his traditional multicolored boots. His bride emerged in a beautiful traditional wraparound skirt and matched it with a gold jacket that had red cuffs and colorful embroidered details. In splendor and elegance, she crossed an ancient wooden footbridge and met the king, her groom, at the altar. Bhutan's top cleric began the wedding ceremony by performing a purification ritual in front of the 100-foot tapestry that represented the 17th century Hmong king and founder of Bhutan, Zhabdrung. This was followed by lavish celebrations all around the country. It was the biggest media event in Bhutan's history and was televised all around the kingdom and the world. This would go on for 3 full days. But after the wedding ceremony, it was time to make Jetsun Pema not only a wife, but also a queen. Her father-in-law, the former king, gave his son's new bride 5 colorful scarves, representing the founder of Bhutan's sacred tomb. Then, the bride came up to the throne, where her husband was, and gave him a golden chalice filled with the ambrosia of eternal life. Then the king came down and placed on his wife's head the hand-sewn silk crown of Druk Gyaltsen, proclaiming her as Jetsun Pema Wangchuk, the Dragon Queen of the Kingdom of Bhutan, making her the youngest reigning queen in the world at the age of 21. Since becoming the queen of her people, Ashi Jetsun has been seen accompanying her husband on official business abroad to India, Singapore, Japan, and the United Kingdom. Also, the royal couple has taken it upon themselves to travel to different cities in the country and interact with the locals more. The queen is a strong advocate of environmental issues and has many causes she supports. She is the patron of the Royal Society for Protection of Nature, which is involved in the conservation of endangered species and environmental research. She is also an ozone ambassador for the United Nations Environment Program. Then, the Dragon Queen became the president of the Red Cross Society in Bhutan and the patron of Bhutan Kidney Foundation. Her soft spot for children with special needs is well known, as she is also a patron of the Ability Bhutan Society. In 2015, to commemorate good deeds for the people of Bhutan, a 150-bed mother and child hospital was built in honor of the queen. This was built to cater to the maternal health needs of both the mother and baby. The queen also set up the first epidural labor analgesia services for women who wanted pain relief during labor. That same year, Queen Jetsun became pregnant. The news spread across the world that the future 6th Dragon King of Bhutan was soon to be born. By February 2016, the dimpled cheeks Dragon Prince was born. Since then, 2 more children have been added to the royal family, the second son and the only daughter. As the time passes, the king hasn't failed to shower his beautiful wife with a lot of PDA. From when they began courting and he would hold his beloved hands and kiss her on the cheek, to kissing his new bride on the lips for the whole world to see. This is something the people of Bhutan are not new to, but approve of. For the queen, her breathtaking beauty and elegant style have never fallen short. The young queen has become a style icon by styling her traditional outfit with modern style. The beautiful, brightly colored Bhutan outfits have become such a staple. Also, each color she adorns is intricately designed with gold silks and embroidered designs, making her the modern-day Jackie Kennedy or Princess Diana of Asia. While the Bhutanese queen always dresses in Bhutanese fashion, she is just as versatile in Western-style outfits. And the British public is always in awe of her chic, classic looks. Although the former king of Bhutan married 4 sisters in a mass wedding ceremony to fulfill a prophecy, the reigning king of Bhutan has said that he would never take another wife. And for 13 years, they have been basking in their love, and hopefully it continues. What do you think about their fairy tale love? If you loved this video and would like to meet your dream partner, kindly give this video a like and subscribe.